A fighter's final stand, the impossible dream of Jon Jones. Remember that feeling? The one you get when a true titan, a living legend, steps away from the game for good. It's a mix of sadness and a deep appreciation for everything they gave us. When Jon Bones Jones, a name synonymous with greatness in the world of combat sports, announced his retirement this summer, it felt like the end of an era. He had reached the pinnacle, a two-division champion, with an argument to be the single greatest fighter of all time. We thought that was it. The book was closed. But as we've learned time and time again with this man, the final chapter is never truly written until he says so. Just as the dust was settling on his decision, Jon Jones did something that sent shockwaves through the entire fighting world. He quietly submitted a drug test. For those of us who follow the sport, this was more than just a procedural step. It was a beacon of hope. It was a signal that the fire, which we thought had gone out, was still burning brightly. It was the first clue that the GOAT was eyeing a return. But not just any return. This wasn't about a routine comeback. This was about something spectacular, something truly one of a kind. The whispers began to swirl. Then the news hit. Jones was aiming to compete at a special UFC event planned for July 4, 2026, on the White House grounds, a celebration of the USA's 250th birthday. Imagine it, the grandeur of that setting, the historical significance, and a fighter of his caliber taking to the canvas one last time. It's the kind of story that legends are made of. It's the kind of dream that a fighter chases their entire life. The unbelievable odds, 1,000,000,000 to 1. But as with every great comeback story, there's always a formidable obstacle. And in this story, that obstacle isn't another fighter. It's a statement from the ultimate authority in the sport, the man who holds the keys to the castle, UFC CEO Dana White. When asked about the possibility of Jon Jones fighting on that historic card, White didn't hold back. His words cut right to the core of the issue, delivering a dose of reality that felt almost brutal. 1,000,000,000 to 1 odds. Think about that for a second. 1,000,000,000 to 1. It's a number so astronomical, it almost defies belief. It's a way of saying, don't even bother. It's the kind of statement that would make any sane person turn away and give up. It's designed to extinguish hope, to close the door with a final, echoing thud. For most people, hearing those odds would be the end of the road. It would be a polite but firm rejection, a sign that it's time to move on. But Jon Jones isn't most people. He's lived a life of defying expectations, of overcoming every challenge put in front of him, both inside and outside the ring. When Dana White put those odds on the table, Jones didn't flinch. He didn't get angry. He didn't retreat. Instead, he saw it as a challenge. He saw it as a sliver of light in a seemingly impenetrable darkness. He saw it as hope. The fighter's mindset, I like my chances. In his own words, Jones responded with the kind of calm confidence that only a true champion possesses. Despite the odds, I'm still training and optimistic about the possibility of being part of the White House event, he wrote on social media. This wasn't a plea. It was a declaration. It was a quiet show of faith in himself and his own destiny. He acknowledged the power dynamic, stating, "At the end of the day, Dana is the boss, and it's his call whether I compete that night or not." This is the kind of humility and understanding that comes from a long, storied career. He knows how the game is played. But then, he delivered the line that spoke volumes about his inner drive. He talked about the conversation he had with Dana, noting that the boss was really excited about the fight, and the door hasn't been completely closed. This is where the magic happens. 1,000,000,000 to 1 chance doesn't matter when the door is ajar. For a fighter like Jon Jones, a man who has built his entire legacy on finding a way to win when no one else thought he could, that tiny opening is all the opportunity he needs. It's a goal to be inspired by, another mountain to climb, another impossible feat to attempt. And then came the most poignant part of his response. But I like my chances. After all, 1 in a billion is exactly what it took to end up as Jon Jones in the first place. That sentence is a masterclass in perspective. It's a powerful reminder that his very existence, his incredible talent, and his journey to becoming a legend are themselves a statistical anomaly. He is, in essence, a walking, breathing billion-to-one miracle. For him, these odds aren't a curse, they are a confirmation of who he is. They are part of his identity. The lingering questions. A path less traveled, of course. The story isn't that simple. There's a reason behind Dana White's skepticism, a reason rooted in